You were formed in sacred silence. Hands of heaven shaped your frame.
Let's talk about attachment style in Christian relationships today. Loving from a secure heart. Whether you're single, dating, married, or somewhere in between, one thing is true for all of us. We were created for connection. We were designed by God not just to survive, but to bond, to give and receive love, to build relationships that reflect the heart of Christ. Hello and welcome to Dignity Talks. My name is Ritva Huusko and I'm a psychotherapist from Finland with a deep passion for exploring human well-being through both psychological insight and biblical wisdom. On this channel, we dive into topics that matter: healing, hope, emotional growth, faith, and the dignity of being human. My goal is to create a space where your heart, your mind, and your spirit are all equally welcome. Whether you're curious about how faith and psychology connect, or you're simply seeking encouragement on your journey, you're in the right place. So make yourself at home, and if this sounds like something your soul needs, I warmly invite you to subscribe and join our growing community. Let's walk this meaningful path together. Here's what many of us don't realize: how we love is shaped long before even we ever fall in love. Our early experiences with caregivers, how safe, seen, and soothed we felt, lay the foundation for something psychology calls the attachment style. And whether know it or not, these patterns follow us into every relationship, including the ones we pray about, pursue, or promise to for life. So today, let's talk about the main 4 attachment styles and how they show up in Christian relationships. Not to label or shame anyone, but to bring awareness, healing, and dignity to how we love and how we let ourselves be loved. At first, secure attachment, loving with confidence and Christ-like care. Let's start with what healthy relationships looks like. People with secure attachment are able to love without fear and without control. They are comfortable with closeness but are also respecting boundaries. They don't need constant reassurance because their love isn't rooted in fear but in trust. In Christian relationships, this looks like someone who reflects 1 Corinthians 13, patient, kind, not easily angered, not keeping a record of wrongs. They can apologize, they can forgive, and most importantly, they feel safe both in God's love and in themselves. So what's the good news in this? You don't have to be born with this. God can reparent your heart. He can take what was broken in your childhood and rebuild it in your adulthood through counseling, discipleship, prayer, and yes, healthy relationships. Second is anxious attachment, the fear of being abandoned. If you've ever felt like you loved too hard, too fast, found yourself constantly fearing the loss of someone, even when they were right beside you, you may be living with an anxious attachment style. This style forms when love in your early life was inconsistent. Sometimes your needs were met and sometimes they weren't. So now, your nervous system stays on high alert. Are they pulling away? Did I do something wrong? In Christian relationships, this might look like over-texting, people-pleasing, jealousy, or emotional dependency. Not because you're weak, but because your heart is craving for security. But listen this, your worth is not tied how hard you work to keep someone. You don't have to perform for love. You don't have to beg for connection. God already sees you, values you, and wants to bring you peace. With healing, therapy, and prayer, you can begin to speak to your fear and say, even if they leave, I will not fall apart because I'm held by a love that never leaves. Third is avoidant attachment. The fear of being engulfed. Maybe you're on the other side. Maybe you're the one who pulls away when things get too close. You're great at being chill, but deep down, emotional intimacy feels like a threat. You've learned to rely only on yourself, and independence has become your armor. This is the heart of avoidant attachment. It often forms when love in your early life was emotionally unavailable. Maybe no one was really there to comfort you when you were hurt. So you learned not to need anyone at all. In Christian relationships, this might look like emotional walls, being all in one moment and distant the next. The spiritualizing your detachment by saying, I just need space with God. But the truth is, God didn't design us to be self-sufficient. He designed us for dependence on Him and connection with others. Healing for the avoidant heart comes when you realize, I don't have to shut down to stay safe. I can be loved and still be free. I can let others in without losing myself. And fourth is fearful-avoidant, disorganized. When you crave love but fear it. This is the most complex style, a combination of anxious and avoidant. People with a fearful avoidant style deeply crave connection, but also deeply fear betrayal. There's often trauma in their story. Love feels unsafe, but loneliness feels unbearable. In Christian relationships, this can lead to hot and cold dynamics, clinging one moment, withdrawing the next. It's not manipulation, it's pain. It's nervous system that doesn't know how to feel safe, even in love. But hear this, God is not afraid of your complexity. He knows every wound, every defense, every tear. And He's not running from your mess. He's moving toward it with mercy. Healing here takes time. It takes trauma-informed care, safe community, and a steady, kind God who proves over and over, I will not abandon you. I will not harm you. I'm not like the ones who hurt you. From wounded attachment to Christ-like connection. So what's the takeaway? Our attachment style may explain how we relate, but it does not define who we are. You are not your fear of abandonment. You are not your emotional walls. You are not your triggers, your overthinking, or your silence. You are a child of God, worthy of love, capable of connection, and called to grow from wherever you are into the fullness of healthy Christ-like love. Healing may come through therapy, through prayer, through hard conversations, through safe, godly relationships that don't just excite your nervous system, but heal it. Let God lead that journey. Let Him show you how to love securely, freely, with dignity. Because love was never meant to be a battlefield. Love in God's design is where your soul comes home. If this message spoke to you, if you found hope or healing in it, please subscribe and share this video with someone who needs this kind of encouragement. It's a simple way to support this channel, and it helps me continue creating content that brings faith, psychology and dignity together. Thank you for being part of this journey. God bless you.